Good evening, welcome. This is a regular scheduled public hearing business meeting of Valencia County Commission for September 17th, 2025. This evening we have a special guest with us. We have Diane Truhecki, who is the Executive Director of Children's Cancer Fund of New Mexico. And will you please lead us in the pledge? Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Commissioners, we have the agenda before us this evening. Are there any changes or questions to the agenda by fellow commissioners? There's none. Staff? There being none, is there a recommendation to approve the agenda as presented this evening?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Berry, second by Commissioner Richardson. Any discussion on the motion of the second?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
our special guest isn't here yet, so could the commission be lenient on number 6 when they come in? That way they're
Yeah, I'll adapt it that way. Thank you. Okay. So we had the motion for approval by Commissioner Berry, second by Commissioner Richardson. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, as approved as presented. We have one set of minutes. It was from our September 3rd, 2025 business meeting. Are there any changes to those minutes by fellow commissioners? They're being done. Recommendation, please.
Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion for approval from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Berry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, they stand approved.
No public comment, sir. Public comment.
Okay, we have no public comment this evening, so I'll move on to item number 5, discussion non-action items. Commissioners, is there anything you wish to bring to the table this evening?
Mr. Chair,
Please.
I'd like to make with all respect, have a moment of silence. This country lost a great person who was a champion for our Constitution and our freedom of speech. And I would just like a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk, if the council or the commission would grant me that.
That'll be fine. Thank you. Anything else, commissioners? Steph?
Just a quick recap. Last week we held Gathering of Counties. Sorry, thank you, Mr. Chair. We held Gathering of Counties. This is a New Mexico counties event where most of the 33 counties, I think this is the biggest turnout this year. They hold booths at the Valencia County Fair there on Main Street, hand out goodies, and Valencia County is always one of the bigger supporters of that deal. We have a couple of departments heading that project, usually detentions and HR, and we hand out a lot of good stuff. I don't know if detentions gained any applicants from this year's state fair, but in years past they've actually gained applicants, and I think we still have some employees from those applicants. So it's always a good turnout for us, and also during one of the stage presences of that particular Gathering of Counties, the state fair queens candidates came up, and there was another Valencia County candidate this year. Spoke with her, got her information, see if she'd like to come speak to you guys, introduce herself. It was the day before they voted on the state fair queen, and she actually ended up winning. So 2 years in a row now we've had a Valencia County state fair queen, which is pretty dang awesome. So I'll reach out to her, and we will hopefully have her here at the next meeting to kind of introduce herself to you guys and the community, and we can tell her how grateful we are to have another state fair queen here in Valencia County. It's awesome.
Yeah, good news. Anything else?
Sure.
Just really quickly wanted to commend Manager Aragon for working with the village of Bosque Farms to share resources on behalf of, that is my district. So on behalf of those constituents, just want to say thank you, John, for going above and beyond your role to help out those in need.
Absolutely, thank you.
Anything else, commissioners? Yeah, I believe we have a presentation, Employee of the Month. Mr. Montoya.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. I'm so loud, I didn't think I needed it. But I just want to thank you guys again for your consistent support with recognizing our employees. And just to give you guys a little story, Tessa and I were conducting interviews for a new IT person, and there was a 5-panel of interviewers. And the candidate posed a question, well, how long have you guys been here? Every single person on that panel had been here over 10 years. And it's just kind of, validating to some of the stuff that we're doing here. So I just wanted to pass that on to you guys. With that being said, we have another, great candidate tonight. She's come into planning and zoning, our community development office, and really just been a pleasure for us as employees and for the taxpayers. I see them coming in and out and getting the answers they need and really liking their time here with us. And, it's not always your favorite thing to come to the county, but when people leave with a smile, that's really good to take note of. So with that being said, and I'm sure Melissa has a lot to say about her, I'd like to call up Melissa Jaramillo and our Employee of the Month, Mary Carmen Calderon Reyes.
Thank you. Chair and commissioners, thank you. And thank you, Mary Carmen, for accepting this. I know it's easy to do, but Mary Carmen's been with the county 3 years total, 2 years with community development. So you only have 7 more to go to catch up to everybody else. Mary Carmen has great customer service. She's a great communicator, both in English and in Spanish. She's often the go-to person for lots of other departments, and she's always willing to help. So we appreciate that. She's been a fast learner, and she's just been a real asset to community development. So thank you very much.
No, thank you so much. And thank you all. It's been a pleasure working here. I love what I do. Never wake up in the morning dreading it. I just, look forward to the day. And, hopefully it's, this is 3 years, hopefully many more to come. Looking forward to it. So thank you all very, very much.
Well, we look forward to having you here till you retire. So it's.
Yeah, God willing.
So
God
once you're here for life almost, okay?
No, well, God willing, I would,
But we
it'd be a
look forward,
pleasure.
we look forward to you sticking around and we thank you for the job you're doing and for the commitment you have to Valencia County.
Thank you so
And,
much.
just keep up the good work. Commissioners,
Yes.
anything else? Anybody else?
Well, thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you so
Of
much.
course.
Mr. Chair, as she walks away, I just want to, echo the words that Melissa and Orlando said. I don't know that she has bad days, but if she does, she doesn't let them show. Mary Carmen always has a smile on her face. She's always willing to help people. Like they said, both in English and Spanish. Many departments do come and steal her away to, have a Spanish conversation with some of our residents. So, I mean, it's just a wonderful thing to have Mary Carmen around our offices, and she brings a smile to anybody that she talks with.
Thank you. Okay, commissioners, at this time, I'm going to move on to item number 7. We're going to present item number 6. We're expecting a couple people to show up, but they're stuck in traffic right now with all that construction. I'm sure that's part of it. So at this time, I need a motion to adjourn as Board of County Commissioners and convene as indigent board, please.
So moved.
Second. A motion from Commissioner Berry, second by Commissioner Richardson. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There'll be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes. So item number 7 is approval of the indigent report, and we got Ms. Garcia with us.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. The following is a summary of activity for the month of September. 50 claims were submitted for individuals of the public in the amount of $18,026.37, of which $7,335.50 is being submitted for consideration. 26 claims were submitted for individuals of the detention center in the amount of $40,960.23, of which $5,022.45 is being submitted for consideration. 26 appeals in the amount of $4,358.70. 76 total claims were submitted in the amount of $16,716.65. The September Roadrunner Health Services Detention Medical Contract payment is $59,148.10. The total amount for consideration from the indigent fund is $75,864.75. The indigent fund balance as of September 9 is $1,462,764.83. And with that, I recommend approval for this item. Do you have any questions?
Any questions of Ms. Garcia? If there's none, is there a recommendation, please?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion for approval from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Barry. Any discussion on the motion or the second? Be done. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Barry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, it is approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, at this time, I need a motion to adjourn as indigent board and reconvene as Board of County Commissioners, please.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Barry, second by Commissioner Richardson. Any discussion on the motion or the second? Be done. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Barry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Okay, we'll continue on. We'll move on to item number 8, approval of recognition and recording of accounts payable and payroll disbursements. Ms. Houston Green.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, Commissioners. I have 2 months' worth that I'm going to go through rather quickly. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I have 2 accounts payable, one for July and one for August. The accounts payable invoices for July 1st through 31st, 2025. The total amount was $599,393.60. There was nothing specific to note on those. For August, however, between August 1st and 31st, we processed a total of $5,082,992.55 in accounts payable. And that amount is higher than the norm due to a large invoice we received for progress of the construction on the county hospital. Other than that, I don't have anything to note, and it's my recommendation that they be approved. And I'm stand for any questions you may have.
Any questions on the accounts payable, Commissioners? There's none. Payroll disbursements? Did you do the payroll disbursements?
Yes, I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear you.
Oh, that's fine.
So we had a total of 4 sets of payroll disbursements in the last 2 months. We had 2 of them in July. The first set was paid on July 11th in the amount of $1,126,747.59. And the second set was paid on July 25th in the amount of $1,142,718.97. To note, both of these pay periods contained some union negotiated and agreed upon allowances that were processed for the sheriff's office and for the adult detention center. So they resulted in slightly higher amounts for each payroll. In August, we also had 2 disbursements. The first one on August 8th in the amount of $1,094,618.14. And the second one was paid on August 22nd in the amount of $1,064,165.77. There were no unusual items to note for those 2 disbursements, and I recommend that they be approved and stand for any questions.
Any questions on the payroll disbursements? There be none. Is there a recommendation, please?
Mr. Chair, motion to approve. Second.
I have a motion for approval from Commissioner Barry, second by Commissioner Richardson. Any discussion on the motion or the second? Be done. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Barry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, they stand approved. Okay, item 9, approval of a resolution, state bars, Ms. Houston Green.
This evening, I have state bars for your consideration. And as you know, they do affect cash, so they require both your approval and Department of Finance and Administration in Santa Fe. These bars include the first quarter adjustments for several grants that were awarded after the final budget was submitted for approval. And then there are also included some slight accounting line item adjustments within the departments that are just due to changing needs from last year. Other than that, there's nothing to note. I recommend approval of them, and I stand for any questions.
Any questions, commissioners? There be none, is there a recommendation, please?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Barry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none? Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Barry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
Yes, is approved.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, this resolution is 2025-59.
Thank you for your time this evening.
Okay, item 10 was approval of a resolution, New Mexico Department of Transportation 5310 Federal Transit Grant Application. Ms. Hadamia.
Yes, good afternoon again, Chair and Commissioners. Valencia County OAP is applying for funding through the New Mexico Department of Transportation for the fiscal year 2027. With that grant, if awarded and approved, we will purchase 4 new vans, 2 that are modified with wheelchair accessibility and 2 standard passenger vans. The funding commitment is essential to secure the grant and acquire the need of transit vehicles for our seniors. OAP is requesting a total of $271,750. If funded, the Department of Transportation will provide up to 80%. And we'll ask the county to match the other 20%, which is $54,350. And I am formally requesting that the county resolution allocating through the general fund resources to cover this 20% match. Additionally, Valencia County is submitting a request to the state to cover the match in the amount of the $54,350. If awarded, the county will not have to put forward the money towards that match. And I recommend for approval, and I stand for any questions.
Any questions, commissioners? There be none, is there a recommendation, please?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Barry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Barry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, is approved.
Thank you.
Chairman and Commissioners, this resolution is 2025-60.
Okay. Item 11, approval of a resolution authorizing Valencia County to submit an application for the FY26 Juvenile Adjudication Fund Program. Mr. Silva.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, good afternoon. Again, we are requesting consideration of a resolution authorizing Valencia County to submit an application for the FY26 Juvenile Adjudication Fund Program. Valencia County has been acting as the fiscal agent for YDI, Valencia County Teen Court, since 2012. To become eligible and considered for funds through this program, a resolution signed by county officials must be included with the application. The amount being requested with this application is $17,700. With this particular item, there is no financial impact at this time. Upon notification of any awards, the Grants Department will coordinate with Manager Aragon to execute the agreement and submit the necessary budget adjustment reflecting the award amount. At this time, I respectfully request consideration of this item, and myself or Ms. Victoria Flores with Teen Court stands for any questions.
Commissioners, any questions? Appears there's none. Is there a recommendation?
Mr. Chair, move to approve.
Okay. I have a motion for approval from Commissioner Berry, second by Commissioner Bazell. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Be done. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us this evening.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, this resolution is 2025-68.
Okay, item number 12, consideration of a subscription agreement with Solstice Power Technologies. Mr. Silva.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, again, we are requesting consideration of a subscription agreement with Solstice Power Technologies. As a condition to construct the various solar farms in Valencia County, the PRC required the developers to extend opportunities to local governments to connect to their solar farms and receive up to a 10% discount on utility bills for eligible county-owned facilities. Staff has had several meetings with representatives from Solstice Power Technologies, who are currently the only subscription provider active in New Mexico since the PRC's New Mexico Community Solar Program launched last April, and have received approval that 15 county buildings are eligible to connect. And just for the record, the buildings that we're looking at including with this program is the 13th Judicial Complex, the Detention Center, the Valencia County Administration Building, the Animal Control Facility, Belen Senior Center, the Public Works Department, the Meadow Lake Fire Station, the Sheriff's Office Training Facility, the secondary location at Animal Control, the Fire Administration Building, the Del Rio Senior Center, the New Mexico State University Extension Office, the Treasurer's Office across the street, and the last one is the Los Chavez Fire Station. In order to connect these 15 facilities, the county will need to enter into a subscription agreement, which ultimately results in the county having to pay another invoice in addition to the monthly P&M bill. Staff has already confirmed with Solstice that we have the capacity to be able to facilitate that additional invoice, and we have the process in place. So again, just to recap, this subscription agreement does offer up to a 10% energy savings on any bills associated with those facilities. So at this time, I'd like to pass it over to Mr. Michael Mead with Solstice Power Technologies, just to kind of give a rundown of the billing and how that works.
Sure. Yeah, and just to give some context more about the value of the program for the state as a whole, UNM established a study when the community solar legislation was being developed in 2021 that the community solar program would be bringing $517 million in economic benefit to the state through job creation and also through cost savings to New Mexican residents and organizations. So as a whole, community solar is designed to support energy equity for New Mexicans. The community solar developers that were approved by the state to build these solar farms are mandated to provide a discount to the folks who enroll in the program. So that's really the purpose, is energy equity and more development of renewables for the state as a whole. So yeah, just encouraging the investment of the county towards those values. But yeah, ultimately how the billing works is that the utility company, PNM, applies credits on the utility bill for the quantity of the energy associated from the community solar farm that's used to basically cover the needs of the facilities that have been enrolled. And those community solar credits that are deducted from the PNM bill are brought over to the community solar bill, where the developer is able to apply that 10% discount. Yeah, that's the basic concept. Anything further in that specifics that I can address, I'm willing to now.
Commissioners,
Sure.
please.
Did we get to choose the buildings? Like this building and the judicial ones are great because, I mean, they're humongous power consumptions. Not that the other ones aren't, but like the fire training is a lot smaller. I just want to make sure that if we get to choose which buildings that we get the biggest bang for our buck, ones that draw the most electricity. Because 10% on this building is a whole lot different than 10% on the training facility.
Commissioner Bizell, thank you. Yes, I did work with Lena to kind of develop a list, and these are the buildings that were provided that would provide the biggest bang impact for this. So we definitely wanted to make sure that the larger facilities were included.
Thank you.
Commissioners, anything else?
Mr. Chair.
Please.
Just out of curiosity, I know we approved 20 or so of these community solar farms zoning requests. How many have been built in the county?
That's a good question. How many have actually already been? So,
Or started even, or under construction?
yeah, so in terms of what's actually been,
Three?
thank you. It says three so far and one that's in development right now. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything else, commissioners? Any other questions? Yeah, is a recommendation, please.
Mr. Chair, motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion for approval from Commissioner Barry, second by Commissioner Richardson. Any discussion on the motion or the second? Be done. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Barry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes, is approved.
Thank you, Commission.
Okay, we'll move on to our public hearing part of the meeting. Item 13, zone change 2025-063. And we've got Mr. Baca. And this zone change is Walter L. Connor is the applicant. If there's anybody that's going to give any testimony, speak up on the zone change at all, I need you to please stand so you can be sworn in at this time.
Yes, what we're gonna do is raise our hand. You swear or affirm that testimony you'll give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and that's the truth, and nothing but the law, so help you God.
I do.
Mr. Baca?
Good evening, Chairman, Commissioners. Before you this evening is the request for zone change number 2025-063. This is District 2, P and Z Commissioner Freeman, Board of County Commission Richardson. Walter L. Connor requests the zone change from Rural Residential District 1, RR1, to Light General Industrial District, I2, for equipment storage, manufacturing, sales, repair, and service. Legal description as noted on the agenda. This item was heard by the Planning and Zoning Commission on July 22nd. At that meeting, it was recommended for approval with a vote of 4-0. At that meeting, there was no one from the public for or against present, and there was one letter received from someone with standing that is the applicant's sister. That letter, it was received by email. It's in the back of your packets. I believe it's the last page of the packet. And the presenter is here to present to you guys, or the applicant is here to present, and I stand for any questions.
Any questions of Mr. Baca?
And Chairman Commissioners, he is a little harder on hearing, so just a heads up.
Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Connor?
Yes.
You want to just talk to us about what you're wanting to accomplish with your zone change?
Can't hardly hear. I don't hear so well.
We'll get this.
If you'd like to go ahead and present to the commission what your plan is.
I can hear you real well, can't hear him. Basically, it's been under this commercial zoning since its conception back in the late 70s. I was forced to divide off a portion of it to put a mobile home on, because I purchased a mobile home to go on it. The sales and the people financing it, they required it to be divided off so I could put the mobile home on. Well, I divided off part of it for a mobile home. Everything else remained the same. After I got the mobile home paid off, I got to checking and they had changed when they divided off that portion, they put it under residential. Well, in doing so, they put the entire property under residential. Unknown to me. So now I'm trying to get it all back under the original zoning since the mobile home was paid off and I don't owe them anything, don't have to answer to them. So I'd like to get it all back the way it originally was with the commercial zoning on it. And just include, I plan on putting the two properties together, back, return it as one property.
Okay. Any questions, commissioners, of the applicant? No? No. Okay, what we will be doing is we will be making a decision on this shortly after our executive session this evening. So we'll report out after that and with our vote to for approval or disapproval of your request, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Mr. Baca, did you have anything else you wanted to add at this time?
Chairman Commissioners, I was just going to see if you would like me to pull up the map to get a view of it.
Please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Chairman Commissioners, the property is highlighted here in blue. Everything in purple surrounding it is rural residential 1. And I stand for any additional questions you may have.
Any questions of Mr. Baca?
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
It is, I guess there's in a couple spots here, so that originally was maybe some kind of commercial or industrial property. Is that the case, or was this just got zoned R1
So
in the 90s when we?
So Chairman Commissioners, based on what Mr. Connors brought with the history of the property and based on what's built on that land and what has been used for, historically, it has been used in what would fit an I2 and industrial district zoning. I believe what happened is when the current revision of this map in 2005 came into effect, this was included in the zoning for RR1. And so at that point, it is considered legally non-conforming or grandfathered in essentially. So the use has been consistent based on what I've been able to see with the history of it since before the current zoning map.
Any other questions, commissioners? Thank you, Mr. Baca.
Thank you.
Okay. So we'll make a decision on this just shortly after our executive session. At this time, commissioners, if you don't mind, I'm going to go back to item number 6. We have the couple guests that have arrived. They were stuck in traffic. Any objection to that?
No.
Okay. Okay, item number 6 is a proclamation of Childhood Cancer Awareness Month in Valencia County. And the two guests that just arrived is Alexis Cordova and her daughter, Aaliyah, age 3. Thank you for being here with us. And Manager Aragon, would you please read the proclamation for us this evening?
Yes, sir. All right, the proclamation for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month in Valencia County reads, whereas the Valencia County Board of County Commissioners met upon notice of a business meeting duly published at the Valencia County Administration Building, 444 Luna Avenue, Los Lunas, New Mexico, 87031, on Wednesday, September 17th, 2025 at 5 p.m. as required by law, and whereas childhood cancer is the leading cause of death by disease in children, and whereas 1 in 285 children in the United States will be diagnosed by their 20th birthday, and whereas 46 children per day, or 16,790 children per year are diagnosed with cancer in the U.S., and whereas at least one child from New Mexico is diagnosed with cancer each week, and whereas 65 children from Valencia County have been diagnosed with pediatric cancer in recent years, and whereas 15 children from Valencia County are currently being treated for childhood cancer in Albuquerque, and whereas the average age of diagnosis is 6 years old, and whereas 80% of childhood cancer patients are diagnosed late and with metastatic disease, and whereas on average there's been a 0.6% increase in incidence per year since the mid 1970s, resulting in an overall incidence increase of 24% over the last 40 years. And whereas 2/3 of childhood cancer patients will have chronic health conditions as a result of their treatment toxicity, with 1/4 being classified as severe to life-threatening. And whereas approximately 1/2 of childhood cancer families rate the associated financial toxicity due to out-of-pocket expenses and considerable to severe. And whereas in the last 30 years, only 6 new drugs have been approved by the FDA to specifically treat childhood cancer, and whereas researchers and healthcare professionals work diligently, dedicating the expertise to treat and cure children with cancer, and whereas too many children are affected by this deadly disease and more must be done to raise awareness and find a cure. Now, therefore, the Board of County Commissioners of Valencia County hereby proclaim September 2025 as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month in Valencia County, and that the board encourages all citizens of Valencia County to observe Childhood Cancer Awareness Month and support this cause that so deeply impacts families in every community across our country.
Very good. Well, that's a proclamation for this evening. I believe that Alexis, you'd like to share a few words with us?
Yes. Hi, my name is Alexis. This is my daughter, Leah.
Hey, Leah.
She recently got diagnosed with leukemia B-all. She had 88% cancer cells in her bone marrow, 2 cancer cells in her brain. The first week, we were able to get the 2 cancer cells in her brain in remission. In the past 2 months, we were able to get the 88% in her bone marrow in remission. Her treatment plan is for 2.5 years. Sorry, this is a hard topic to
Yes,
talk
ma'am.
about.
You're fine.
So for the next 2.5 years, even though she's in remission, we are still going to treat her very aggressively to keep her in remission and try to prevent it from coming back. So with all of your guys' help and all of the fundraising that you guys have done to help with this children's cancer fund, I appreciate it so much because you guys have now offered my daughter another chance at life. And thank you.
Well, thank you very, very much. And I think that Leah wants to say something to us. You want to say hi?
You want to talk? Say hi. My
Hi.
name is Elia, and I'm a strong girl.
Yes, you are. You're a beautiful little girl.
Hi. Is now on a new treatment called Blemma. So what you see here connected to her is a backpack. This backpack is called Blemma. It's a type of chemo that she's gonna get for 28 days. She is accessed right now in her port. So with this chemo, it's a 28 days straight thing. So she will get it for 24, for 28 days, 24/7. For 28 days around the clock. And then after that, we'll get another roadmap and we'll see what will happen from there. And every Thursday, they will get blood from her. We will continue to check her platelets, her blood counts and all that, and to see if her body is still continuing to accept the treatment. Right now, the treatment's working. So, thank you.
That's very, very positive. And, you know, the Cancer Fund in New Mexico, they do a fantastic job.
Yes.
I've been to several of their events, and it's it's amazing what you guys accomplish.
Absolutely.
And I think you guys live here in Valencia County, don't you? You live here in Valencia County, right? Yes. Oh, good. Well, we appreciate you being here with us this evening, even though it's kind of a tragic situation that you're going through, but there's always hope. There's miracles, and I hope and pray that you guys receive one of them.
Thank you so much.
Commissioners, anything you wish to say?
Mr. Chair.
Please.
I know she's kind of small than what we normally have,
Mhm.
but I would still like to make her an honorary commissioner of Valencia County for the day, even though she's not up here with us. But I still think we need to carry on the tradition of making sure that these kids are recognized and be part of the community. And she is very active and very vocal, so I would love for her to still be an honorary commissioner.
That's a real good idea. That's something you started a few years back, and I agree with you. I think we just continue that tradition. If there's no objections from fellow commissioners, we'll go ahead and make that happen.
She did stop talking. She stopped walking. The moment they discharged her, by the grace of God, she was able to walk herself out of the hospital, talk the whole way.
Well, that
Amen.
is wonderful.
Can we get a picture with her?
Yes, if you want, please bring her up. You want us to move in a little bit? Just stand right up here. Mike, do you have them get together, kids? Yeah, we're gonna get it signed. Oh. Proclamation or something for honorary commissioner for the day? If you get it this week, and we'll get it signed, get it to me, and I'll deliver it. Okay. Okay. I will. Okay, all right. With that, is there any questions, any comments by fellow commissioners other than Commissioner Bazell's? There be none, recommendation, please?
Second.
A motion for approval from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Barry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Barry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, it is approved.
Dan, we get that proclamation signed, and you could run some different paper, and I'll get it to you this week.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Few minutes. Bye, guys. Okay, thank you. Bye, Leah. Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Good luck. Okay, we'll go back into our public hearing items. Item 14, emergency ordinance 2025, an ordinance establishing an emergency grading policy for private and non-county public roads. Ms. Benavides.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, I will let Ms. Benavides explain what happened as a result of our most recent rains. And then before taking further consideration of this draft ordinance, we'll walk through the emergency exceptions to the Open Meetings Act so you can make a determination as to whether or not this constitutes an emergency, as would allow us to consider the ordinance for adoption at today's meeting.
Good evening, Chairman, Commissioners. Over this last rainstorm up in Middle Lake, we actually had 2 roads that were completely washed out. The residents could not get in or out. You know, we were out addressing our own roads, of course, but Jonathan's office, my office, of course, we were getting slammed with calls. So we did go and evaluate a couple of them. 2 of them, the ruts were about 5 deep, 5 foot deep. Exposing lines, exposing gas lines, some of them exposed water lines. With these private roads, all we can do is a courtesy grade. We're not allowed to bring in any materials or anything like that to assist. Of course, we do them as we have time or, you know, as we catch up with our stuff. But with these last rains, a family couldn't get out for probably about 3 days. Emergency services couldn't get to them if they called. So therefore, we're just talking with Jonathan now. We'd like to implement something that would allow us to at least do a courtesy grade, but also bring in materials to help build up that road in case there's not materials available on site. And of course, this would just be on an emergency basis.
Please.
So first, before we go ahead and consider this matter further, although it's been listed on the agenda for both the public hearing and for an action item, traditionally what we'd normally do if it weren't an emergency is we would have added it on to the agenda for direction to publish the title and general subject matter, and then it'd come back before the board at the next meeting, and the board would have a public hearing at that time, consider the ordinance, then it would take effect 30 days later. The Open Meetings Act permits for consideration of emergency matters, and for the ordinance to take and 437.7 allows for the ordinance to take immediate effect if this board defines or if this board finds that there was a sudden general unexpected occurrence or set of occurrences demanding immediate action in order to protect the health, safety, and property of citizens or to protect the public body from substantial financial loss. I believe you heard from Ms. Benavides as to the considerable health safety and health safety concerns that we had with folks not being able to leave their residences. And so I'd encourage the board to consider considering this ordinance and adopting this ordinance on an emergency basis so it takes effect immediately. And we can dispense with the publication and notice requirements or further publication notice requirements post-publication, and that we get this implemented immediately. What you have by way of the draft ordinance is you have certain safeguards within the draft ordinance. Number one, to get that courtesy grade and to provide the fill dirt, they would have to provide both an affidavit from themselves, but also an affidavit by the fire chief in support of the emergency grades. That way we have our staff getting out there and making a determination as to the need, the health, safety, welfare need for the grades. So I stand for any questions the board might have regarding the draft ordinance or the process for adopting it.
Commissioners, any questions?
Sure.
Please.
So, is there private utility, especially up there, there's private utility?
Chairman, Commissioners, I'm sorry, the mic is not on for Commissioner Bazell. You could repeat that, please.
There are private utilities and stuff like that, but even investor-owned utilities. If we were to damage anything under an emergency, what protections does the county have? I mean, I can understand the fire chief saying, but how much liability would we be in?
You know, we'd ultimately likely be responsible for that damage. I mean, the affidavit we've requested that the requester execute provides that they agree to hold Valencia County harmless from all loss, damage, and injury, including court costs and attorney's fees resulting from the emergency grade. But that's if they have enough insurance and if there's the resources that exist to cover that. I think ultimately, if it's as a result of our negligence, then we're likely going to be responsible for repairing it.
I do know that, like, you know, that's, you know, if you call for emergency spots, you know, they do it rather quickly. And I don't have a problem, you know, I want the public to be safety, but I want to make sure that if we do this, that they are calling emergency spots getting the utilities out there as fast as possible, to make sure that the county does not damage anything that was put in not properly, to make sure that at least the utility couldn't say that we were negligent. We did call for emergency spots.
So the Public Works Director has just indicated that she's amenable to making that happen as part of these repairs and to coordinating with the local utilities.
We do emergency calls for our roads as well, so I don't think it'd be an issue.
Yeah, I mean, it would be an emergency, so I mean, they would have to do it. I just want to make sure that that policy is followed, for our liability, moving dirt with mechanical, they would have no problem making us pay for it.
Yeah.
So, and for the purposes of public notice, I'm certainly happy after the board's considered this and if it's adopted it to share the draft ordinance with Julia and make sure that this is noticed to the public so that way they know how they can go about requesting these emergency services.
Any other questions?
Mr. Chair?
Please.
Maybe I didn't hear completely. Are there roads still today that need work done under this emergency ordinance, or did?
No, we helped the ones that really, really needed it, just kind of help them out.
Good.
But at this point, no, I think we're okay for now, of course, unless we get a storm in the next 30 days. And that's the reason for the emergency in case that storm becomes before
I
the
think
30
we've got some
days.
good storms coming this week, could be. So, okay, go ahead.
Anything else, commissioners? Anything else from staff, legal? Lena, you're good?
I'm good.
Okay, at this time, I'll go ahead and close our public hearing portion of this meeting. We'll move on to our action items. Item 15 is approval of an emergency ordinance 2025, an ordinance establishing an emergency grading policy for private and non-county public roads. Ms. Benavides, again, if you just want to reiterate what you said for the action item.
I'm here to request your approval to allow the road department to go in and do courtesy grades and bring in some materials or assist with the materials, dirt only. I guess I should make that very clear, in order for residents to get in and out of their property. We will follow the ordinance and we will share this with the chief and their district chiefs as indicated on the ordinance to make sure that we follow all the procedures correctly.
Okay. Any other questions of Ms. Benavides?
Mr. Chair,
Please.
I think to add on to that, this will be a determination made by, like they said, the fire chief or the district chiefs based off of emergency service vehicles being able to get up and down that road. That's the bigger issue, is making sure we're able to get the emergency services to those residents is number one.
Thank you for that clarification.
Mr. Chair?
Please.
Just quick here, I was just reading the ordinance. In section 3, limitations, the emergency grading shall be limited to blade grading necessary. I wonder if there should be some language in there about bringing fill.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Richardson, I'm glad you raised that. Just before the meeting today, we were discussing that. And so in the revised draft that I have for your execution, it says "and dirt."
Cool.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make sure that
Great
was
minds, yes.
specific, so that-
Yes.
Good catch. Thank you. Anything else, commissioners? If not, recommendation, please.
Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion for approval from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Barry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Barry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, as approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lena.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this ordinance is 2025-4.
Mr. Chairman, because this is being adopted as an emergency ordinance, it will take effect immediately.
Okay.
Good place for the flood district to work on. There's a identified issue.
Oh, okay. What was that you last?
This one?
Well, I see a sign here. So
Okay, we're at the point of our agenda that calls for an executive session. Mr. Nance, would you please announce that?
Certainly, Mr. Chairman. The following matters may be discussed in executive session pursuant to the Open Meetings Act 1015-1, pursuant to 1015-1H3, Administrative Adjudicatory Proceedings, Zone Change 2563, and under Property 1015-1H8, County Real Property and Rancho Rio Grande, County Fairground Real Property, and Belen Senior Center Property.
Motion to that effect, please.
So moved.
second.
We have a motion from Commissioner Berry, second by Commissioner Bazell. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Being none, Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. We will report out shortly. Thank you.
Would probably be really useful in certain circumstances.
Okay, at this time, I need a motion to reconvene regular session, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Berry, second by Commissioner Bazell. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Being none, Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Stan, would you summarize the items discussed in closed session, please?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the items discussed in closed session were limited to those specified in the motion for closure, specifically Zone Change 2563, County Real Property, Rancho Rio Grande, County Fair Real Property, and Belen Senior Center Property. No final action was taken.
Motion to that effect, please.
Moved.
Motion by Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Berry. Discussion on the motion of the second. None. Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Berry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay. All righty, move on to our action. Item 16, approval of zone change 2025-063. Mr. Baca?
Chairman, Commissioners, before you is the request for approval of zone change number 2025-063, as heard earlier in the agenda under public hearing, and I stand for any questions.
Any questions of Mr. Baca?
Ryan, is there any way you could bring up that map again?
Yeah, I left my computer. It'll take me just a second to
sorry.
go grab it.
Ryan, if you want, I can just bring it up on here.
Okay, can you ask her to go ahead and do that one? Just
You can bring that up if you can, Tessa.
Do you have the R code? Oh, Ryan will be faster with it. Never mind.
Chairman, Commissioners, it is showing now. And was there anything in particular you would like me to zoom to or to show?
So all these properties, they're residential, right? These are people living here that are bordering these properties.
Yeah, directly to the south are a couple dwellings, and directly to the east are also a couple of dwellings. North and west of this proposed property is vacant land currently, zoned also rural residential 1 though.
And as it currently stands, Mr. Connor will be able to continue to do this regardless if this is approved or not.
Correct. As long as the use remains the same, it'll continue to be a legally non-conforming use. As soon as that changes or ceases to be used for that particular use, then that's lifted and it will go back to rural residential standards and limitations.
Okay, so if someone were to purchase this property, say next year, they could continue that use?
If it's the same use,
Same use.
yes. If it's the same or similar use, yes, it would be allowed to continue as a legally non-conforming.
Yeah.
If it's a significant enough change, then they would have to come back and request a zone change at that point.
And if it is changed then and subsequently sold, someone could come and build a factory right there.
Yeah, so anything under the permitted uses for I2, that will be allowed on this property if the zone change goes through.
As well as I1, C2, C1.
Correct.
Those are all my questions, Mr. Chair.
Any other questions, commissioners? Okay, there being none, let's see, Commissioner Richardson, I believe this is your district. Do you have a recommendation?
Mr. Chair, I'm going to move to approve the zone change.
Have a motion for approval of the zone change. Is there a second?
Second?
The motion and a second, Commissioner Richardson and Commissioner Bazell, second. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Being none, Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Barry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
No.
And I vote no, but it does pass. Zone change is granted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Okay. Item 17, direction to staff and delegation of authority for the sale of real property in Rio Grande Estates. Jonathan?
Yes, Mr. Chair, would just like direction from the commission to sell this property as our normal practice at the appraised rate.
Any questions of staff? There be none, is there a recommendation?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to direct staff to sell property for appraised value.
Second.
I have a motion for approval from Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Barry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? There be none, Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Barry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Okay, item 18, direction to staff regarding Belen Senior Center property. Mr. Pena?
Apologize. I would, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, I would ask that you authorize the manager and staff to continue to negotiate with the State Armory Board regarding the transfer of the Belen Senior Center property to the county, and to identify properties as requested by the State Armory Board that we might be able to transfer in support of that that disposition. Thank you.
Any questions of Mr. Pena? Being none, recommendation, please.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to direct staff to continue negotiations of the Belen Senior Center.
Second.
The motion by Commissioner Bazell, second by Commissioner Barry. Any discussion on the motion of the second? Being none, Commissioner Richardson, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Bazell, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Barry, your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Sparkman, your vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Okay, we got a couple upcoming meetings to announce. October 1st, 2025 business meeting here in the chambers. That'll be at 5 o'clock and also via Facebook Live. October 15th, 2025 public hearing business meeting here in the chambers, 5 o'clock, and that's also via Facebook Live. Are there any closing comments from fellow commissioners?
Mr. Chair,
Please.
that the October 15th meeting will be in the fire admin as early voting will be taking
thank you.
place here.
I apologize, Mike, I missed that. So yes, the October 15th will be in the Fire Administration Building. And no closing comments. We are adjourned. Thank all of you.